Come on. There we go.
We in there.
Yep.
Yo, how you doing, my brother?
Back again. Send out those requests.
Oh, yep.
And the real Fresh Prince.
What up, B?
Player?
How you holding down in the South? Appreciate you stopping by.
Yep. Y'all see I had to bring my man Spider-Man with us tonight.
Yeah, I'm hurt, y'all. I'm hurt. This is not a good day. Not a good day.
But computer share is how you can buy Verizon Direct.
Yep. That's perfect.
Found it on there. Yep.
That's perfect. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? If y'all heard the news, I'm still repping, but I'm pissed right now. Pissed. God, really. What are we doing? I don't know what we're doing anymore. We don't want to win.
I heard we just released Bobby Wagner too.
Did we?
Yeah.
You didn't have to tell me that.
Chas just sent the text. She just tuned in too.
Yeah, Chas, I don't want to hear it.
Man, no more Russ, no more OG Bobby Johnson.
Triple OG?
Damn. DK Metcalf next year, right? He ain't going nowhere. We definitely keeping him.
We'll see. At this rate.
Well,
I just don't understand their game plan, man. I felt, you know what I'm saying? We were connected. You know what I'm saying? I knew what they were doing. We knew how they were operating. Now it's just unload the boat. Sink the shit, basically.
For real.
Right, yeah, I think, we might as well just tap it in, just jump right in, man, because, I'm just going to keep on crying about the Hawks right now, so might as well jump in, give us our intro.
Yep. All right. Welcome to another Market Monday review brought to you by Square Knowledge. We're going to dive in again to last night's episode. Brought to you by the good fellas at EYL, Ian Dunlap, Troy Millings, and Rashad Bilal. So yeah, we want to thank those guys for their knowledge that they're giving out to the community, to the culture, and we just soaking it up and trying to get it back to y'all. So yeah. So start off with this disclaimer: we are not financial advisors or CPAs. Our content is for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. Trading and investing has considerable risk. Please do your own research and please do your own analysis for your own circumstances. And please consult with a financial advisor.
What's up, beautiful? Thank you for tapping in. Thank you.
Yep.
Always, my queen.
Keep on rolling in, y'all.
Keep on rolling in. But yeah, man, so let's get started, man. Obviously, as you know, man, we like to give the highlights of the Monday market update, like he said. So we're about to just jump right into it and kind of starting this off, man. We want, obviously with everything going on in the world, everything that's been going on with really just with financials, with the war and all that stuff. So the question I have, or the question we're going to start off with, the first topic is the recession coming?
Yeah, exactly. So this question was posed to Ian, and Ian's answer is yes. He thinks a recession is coming. So the reason why he thinks of these things is because there's threats of war, flattening yield curve, a weak job market, and people don't like unstable markets, right? So in order for there to be an actual, for them to like say we are in a recession, GDP has to be down for 2 quarters. But Ian was talking about how that is a lagging indicator. Those stats come out after the fact. So a lot of times we'll be in the midst of something before it hits the news. You know what I mean? Like the process of Russell Wilson leaving the Seahawks, right? It already started really a year ago, but it
Right.
just happened right now. So it's kind of like that. He's foreseeing just how people were foreseeing, oh, Russell Wilson's going to get traded. He's foreseeing a recession. You feel me? So What up, Mo? I know Mo, right?
Yep. He's the one you met. Yep.
What up, Mo? So yeah, one thing that points to recessions too is oil prices. Oil prices going up, right? And we all know gas is through the roof right now. What's up, Ali? So yeah,
don't quote me, but I think gas has been at its highest all-time high from 2008.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. It definitely is surging for sure. So
I'm hating it too.
So yeah, like I said, there's threats of war, flattening yield curve, weak job market, oil prices are up. Yeah, and so he's talking about it will be scary, but like we've talked about plenty of times before, it's time to build your base. You feel me? And he predicts like a 2 to 3 year winter. And when people talk winters and stock and investing language, that they mean a winter as far as a recession. Those are recessions, So a winter is coming. Other things that point to the recession is just the Russia, the war going on with Russia and Ukraine. It's becoming more of a threat. China, so Visa, MasterCard, and Apple cut off Russia, right, from processing and payments and all that. But China has now stepped in and is allowing Russia to use Union Pay. So that allows Russia to be back on a payment platform. So now that just extends Russia's lifeline, or extends their power when it comes to this whole war that's happening right now, right?
Yep.
So yeah,
just to add to that, the one thing that Rashad and Troy were talking about there, well, that in their opinion was, if China never backed them, this could have been a quick war because they had no financial backing. Visa, like you said, Visa and MasterCard were all basically froze their accounts or whatever they did to basically halt Russia. This could have been a swift and easy, war to be, that wouldn't have lasted basically. But since China has, brought in Union Pay and has backed them, now it can be extended to, for however long.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And another thing Rashad also brought up was there's not a lot of good investment options right now. He talked to, I guess it was one of Nipsey Hussle's business partners, Green Eyed Gemini, Big Sis, what up? So one of Nipsey Hussle's business partners he was talking to Rashad about, and he was telling Rashad about how a lot of these investors and stuff are reaching out to him because there's not a lot of good investment. When I say him, I mean the guy that, did he give us the name? I'm not sure. The guy that was Nipsey Hussle's business partner are reaching out to him looking for good investments, because there's not a lot of good investments right now. I guess people are looking to like purchase artists' music catalogs and Stuff like that. Just there's not a lot of good investment options right now. So all these things in Ian Dunlap's words are pointing towards recession. The Nasdaq QQQ is the ticker symbol. It is in a bear market, and bear market is what, 20% drop.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Nasdaq is in a bear market by definition. You feel me? So and the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Index, they're both in double digit. They're both in the negative double digits. So they're not at 20%. I think they said something around like maybe 11, 12, 13%, but they're headed in that bear direction. Yeah. Like I said, this is Ian's forecast for a recession coming. So
and also, yeah, just to add to the whole, Russia and Ukraine, there was one thing that kind of stood out to me was that as over time, as obviously as we grow, our economy grows, and everything grows, wars become different, right? And it's so it's not sitting on the front line and you shoot, or you evade this country, this and that. It's all about the financial and tech war, the economy war now. You know what I'm saying? So it's about it's about money. It's about finances. It's about tech. It's about how you can basically make someone not operate correctly. And that's what we were trying to do with cutting off everything from technology to finances, and how you basically run a country or run whatever you need to run, your resources. So it's not all about shooting and killing, which obviously that's a part of it, and then always will be. But I thought that was very interesting how they talked about how this is the new age of war. You know what I'm saying? To where it's not going to be, what I'm saying, just because from what I'm understanding. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it's weakening the infrastructure from the inside out, basically.
Exactly.
Breaking down all that stuff you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting to point out.
Yeah.
But you good? Can we move on to the next section? Or you got some more stuff?
Yeah, I think so. No, that is wait, what do I have here? Safety in the market. Yeah. I think that's good for that section. We have 4 sections, y'all. So one down.
And one down. So so the
Golden gal.
So the next section, basically kind of a continuation of the first one, is how did Ian know the recession was coming back in October? So if you guys been paying attention to our highlight reel, or if you've been watching the Monday Market Update, back in October, he kind of called it. I'm not going to lie to you. He called it, basically saying that this was coming. And we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit and kind of tell you how he knew.
Yeah, he put out a post back in October and said a storm is coming, So he got his little thing where he talks about his crystal ball, and we want to know how he saw it. So what he's saying he saw, and let me pull up my phone too.
What's up, Richard? Appreciate you tapping in, my guy. Appreciate you.
I got 2 sets of notes here. Apologize, but money's yeah.
Tone, okay, my bad, Tone. I see you, Tone.
Live in the building. Thanks for joining, y'all. We almost up to double digits again. Come on, keep them coming. Y'all want that Cash App giveaway, huh?
That's what they waiting for.
Want that Cash App giveaway.
It's coming back. Don't worry, it's coming back.
Yep. So yeah, how did Ian see? How did he predict this in the back in October, right? So, few things he listed. He was looking at what are government and hedge funds buying. He was looking at during October and November, the financial world started getting quiet. There was a lot of roar all year long because the gains for last year were astronomical, not normal, and 25 to 30 companies were breaking their all-time highs, and golden parachutes. There's a lot of golden parachutes also that were just happening. I'll touch on golden parachutes in a second. So government hedge fund buying. The financial world got real quiet around October, November. 25 to 30 companies broke their all-time highs. Golden parachutes, flattening yield curve, quantitative easing, which we've talked about a few times on this segment, or not on this segment, on this
platform.
in our episodes. Yeah, platform, whatever the hell you want to call it. And hedge fund movement, which we kind of touched on. But golden parachutes. So golden parachutes are, I have an example of it here. Golden parachutes are basically severance packages for
For the
CEOs.
CEOs.
Yeah, and I don't know too much in detail about it, but it protects the CEO, and it also protects the company. So golden parachute, when things, from my guess about how it kind of happens, is when things get super hot and crazy and not honestly realistic. Last year's stock market returns weren't realistic, right? It was a phenomenon. When that type of stuff can start to get overblown and like a bubble, for example, these CEOs can take these golden parachutes for protection, right? So I'm gonna give an example right here. I'm gonna read what a golden parachute is. Blah, blah, blah. So includes a golden parachute clause. Sorry, a golden parachute clause that guarantees this. Like I said, this is just an example. Him or her $100 million in severance pay, stock options, a retirement package, and medical benefits if he is terminated. So a lot of these things were happening. Golden parachutes, and also I got to dig a little more into my research to see if there's a way you can see it in the charts or something. I don't think so, but I think you just have to kind of do your digging about it. But these golden parachutes were forming, I guess you can say. And these are all like, I forgot who, I remember on one of the episodes, I remember it was back in October too, when they were talking about it. And at the time they were like, these are just signs. These are just signs. Because I forgot what CEO sold a good amount. They sell off their shares, they sell off their positions. And these are indicators that, like Ian predicted, a storm is coming, right? And what Rashad added to that was basically when things get hot, rain has to come. Yeah, for real. I need a golden parachute too. Oh, for real. But yeah, so when things get hot like they did last year, all year long, things got hot. It got overheated, and it was too hot to handle. It wasn't realistic. So when things like that happen, they have to come down. You feel me? It has to rain. When that balloon a balloon can only get inflated so much till it pops, or till it starts to release air and go back to its original, to a size that it can handle. It may not pop, but it has to release to go back to something that it can handle. So yeah, that's basically what he saw back in October into what's coming into fruition now.
Yep.
So yeah.
Again, if you guys got any questions, feel free to hit us in the comments, man. We'll definitely, try our best to make sure we can explain it better or, answer the question. So definitely, if you have a question, definitely hit us up. But moving on to the next section or the next segment of our highlights. Should you be buying with the recession, with the war going on, all this stuff? Should you be buying or should you wait from the Ian Dunlap perspective?
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, with everything we just talked about, the first two segments were basically covering recessions. The question was posed to Ian: should you be buying right now or should you be waiting? And his answer is, and it was to no surprise to me or to, I'm sure, you, Darius, or to anybody else who watches the Market Monday episodes, is to buy. Yes, buy, but only buy quality. If it's not a top 5 company, then wait. Long term is okay. If you're trying to make money, it's dangerous right now to do that. And you want to wait. If you want to make money on the upside, like what's being predicted is a recession. And if you're trying to count on things going up, you can get hurt. And if you think you're smart, which we all smart, but you can't really predict the market. So if you think you got an edge and you want to short the stock, there's also no telling when that thing can turn around and go up, and that you can also be caught with your pants down in that same manner. So so his answer to it is buy quality. If not top 5, then wait. Long term's okay. Go with the safe havens. And he also kind of got in on being careful with like Ethereum and just like some cryptos, maybe even Bitcoin with Russia, because there's rumors that like who knows how much money, um, or not how much money, how many Bitcoins that the Russian government has or Putin has. You feel me? And if we're as Americans investing in these other things, Ethereum, which is Vitaly, I think his name is, the guy who made it, Vitalik, something like that. He's Russian, and
Is based
basically
out of China.
Bitcoin's based out of China supposedly. So basically, just
Yeah,
being
allegedly. You got to
careful
use that word,
because
allegedly.
yeah, yeah, just being careful with it because you never know. We us as Americans could be getting tricked to investing and putting money into these foreign entities and foreign governments. So
Right.
I'm not saying don't buy Bitcoin, don't buy Ethereum.
Just do
This
your
like I
research.
said, just do some research. Find out for yourself. And this is a highlight reel. This is what Ian Dunlap was talking about, and it was kind of interesting. So yeah,
And
just wanted to throw
yeah,
that
and
out there.
yeah, just to add to that, basically when he talked about the top five stocks, top five, stuff like that. Basically, what kind of in layman terms is, put LeBron in the game. It's the finals. Put LeBron in and let him ride. You know what I'm saying? Let him do his thing. Put Tom Brady
Yeah,
in and let him do his thing. Right. So
yeah.
it was just some
Go
sports
with the
references.
heavy hitters.
Obviously, don't do what the Hawks did and trade off your best freaking player. That's what you don't
Yeah,
do. God damn.
it's time to hold on to those guys right now.
you know. But anyways, so yeah, so that was one thing, and then one thing, I hope you don't mind me throwing this in there. Was Ian talked about how, yeah, of course, you want to buy the top five like we just talked about, and then for the long term, right? Everything's for the long term. Invest, right, to where it's going. But he did the one thing that intrigued me was he talked about if you're playing with if you have less than on an option to, a stop option, which is where, you put into a stock and then, if it gets to a certain level, which when you do your research, if it gets to a certain low, I'm saying they'll
Yeah,
automatically buy you out, right?
yeah,
He said, typically you don't need that because you're playing the long-term game anyway. But he talked about if you're playing with, less than 5,000 and that's kind of all you have, then you might want to consider it. That was one thing that he added. It might have been off of a question, so I apologize if I just threw that in there. But that was something that would intrigue me. If if you're trying to
yeah,
make that
yeah,
money and you're trying you only have 5,000, you might want to keep it just so you don't lose that base that you're starting off with, because again, it's gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna grow, get that money, especially if you're running the two index game like he always talks about. But if you're trying to play some doing your own research and you're playing your own game, just be careful of what you're doing.
yeah, yeah. You're talking. Yeah, yeah. I had that. I had that written down too. So basically, for your long term investments, right? That's what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah. So for your long term investments, if you're in a position to withstand the drawdowns like right now, no stop loss. Don't
Yep.
don't exit out your position for anything over 5,000, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Under that, you can have your stop losses unless, I mean, you want to hold on to them things. But yeah, yeah, holding your position was what he was trying to drill in
It's
there.
key. Hold your
Yeah,
position.
hold your position. The longer you own stocks, like we talked about on a couple episodes previously, the longer you hold these stocks and hold those positions, you're able to leverage them down the road. If you've held a big position in Apple or Microsoft, whatever, for 10 years, you can now leverage that you know, for as purchasing power from what I take from it. So yeah, that was actually the last thing I had on my phone notes here. I definitely didn't want to miss that, so I'm glad you brought it up.
Yep. Yep. All
But
right. All
yeah,
right. Moving forward to a
yeah,
next segment, which was definitely intriguing to me, man. I think this lady that they had a guest speaker. Her name is Rachel. Forgive me for if I don't pronounce this right, but Rachel Robascioti. Anyways,
Robascioti.
Rascioti. Excuse me. Basquiat.
Robascioti.
Robascioti. Excuse me. Robascioti. Rachel Robascioti. Guest speaker. Damn near from what I was watching and from what I was listening, she's a genius. She's been, high level IQ from like age 15, age 10, all that good stuff. But she talked about ETFs, how she has her own ETF, her own ETF, but then she kind of runs with indexes and bonds and all that good stuff. So she doesn't really run with the stock game too much, but she also is very, very heavily conscious on the, what do you call it? The
social justice investing.
The social justice of what the companies do and how they provide, right? So that's something that they that she was talking about. I'll let you add to that. But yeah, those guest speakers, she had a lot of gems, a lot of information, and how to go about it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna run through basically what she has to offer real quick because it was pretty intriguing. So she has her own investment firm. She's the CEO of Social Capital, and like we said, it's their goal, not their goal, their vision is social justice investing. So there's a lot of people out there who want to invest in things, but they don't want to invest in things that are like detrimental to the earth and to mankind.
Yeah, so, guns, cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff that's
examples.
All that type of stuff.
Yeah, examples of that is exactly like no prison, no weapons manufacturers, no cigarettes, stuff like that. There's people who want to put their money out into the economy and into the world, but they're really
social conscious.
They're really strict about they're socially conscious and really strict about who gets their money. So this ETF, which is JSTC, provides that, right? And it's like an all, I think 50% or more it's an all, not all black, but 50% or more of the people in her firm are black or non-gender and people of color. You feel me? So it's black business for sure. So she talked about like what it's like building an ETF, the regulatory filing. They have $100 million in assets right now. Her goal is $1 billion. Ian, I think, asked her, is it a plus or a minus during a bear market right now, her ETF? And she said that during all the drawdowns and all the news that comes out, her ETF usually it goes up. It's positive when these types of things are happening. And she's saying it is her ETF, like most ETFs, it's a long-term position. The people becoming more socially aware and socially conscious and stuff is a thing that's been trending now for the past couple of years, right? And it's only growing. So her
CJ, what's up, baby? My fault.
Yeah.
My guy CJ from back in the day. My God.
So yeah, it's damn, the Capone just tapped me out. Damn.
No, you good? You still here?
Oh no, my light went out. But yeah, so it's stable and it's not extracting from the planet. It's more about giving to the planet and stuff. And so yeah, if you're interested in a social injustice investing and also investing with basically a black and people of color dominated firm, JSTC is something that you should look into. It's not, and also the things that they go off of too. It's like their research team, right? They do their research with the community, with the people of color, and their people are doing the research are people of color and are people from the community. So it's not dominated by white data, if that makes sense, you know? And it's just really big in the news. It's a really big deal because of the $69 trillion of assets in management, only 1.3% of those firms are ran by women or people of color. And what was even crazier about that is that they said they had to combine women and people of color together because if they didn't do that, the slice on the pie graph would be so small that it wouldn't even show up. You feel me? So it just shows how heavily dominated this the industry is by honestly white men, not even just white people, but white men. So they had and because of that, the majority of the clients, like Rashad, he talks about, he was a financial advisor and he worked for a firm, and he said all his coworkers who were white, they all had white clients, and him being black, most of his clients were black. So it's just in my opinion, it's a really big deal that that her firm has now put out an ETF, and it's withstanding for the past first year. Usually ETFs usually don't last long. New ones, they really got to be something good for them to hold on and hold their weight. So yeah, JSTC is definitely something to look into. It's trading at like $15 a share, so decent price.
Yep. And the one thing that that really kind of was a mind-blowing stat that she gave was how basically stock started. The first stock or the first bond, I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't, how do I say this? It wasn't a company. It was, the stock was based off of slaves. They basically built it off of a slave. We built, she kind of continually talked about how we built the market.
How they built that dam.
Yeah, how they built the dam and all that stuff. Yeah. And then like the first stock, first bond wasn't, based off a building or a business. It was based off of the slave trade, basically, and just slaves in general. Yeah. How, because we were such a commodity that we basically, anyway, that's, going into the history, but that was just they're definitely interesting to where. And then she said most companies might say that they're socially injustice now or going that way. Example that Ian brought up was kind of how the world kind of went vegan, had that whole run of, vegan, and then obviously McDonald's, Burger King, they all have a vegan burger now, right? I mean, they still do everything else, but they added a vegan burger. Oh, we're socially just, so it's kind of the same thing with a lot of companies.
Socially conscious.
That as well. That, for her, they have like a 61 step process to where you got to go through just to even get into their index or their fund. So hers is real deal. And then some might, just say it or might have one little step and then they're like, oh yeah, you're good to go. So just be mindful of that. If that's something that you're trying to look into or trying to be a part of, I would definitely look into hers, do your research. Yeah. But yeah, so that was something, she's definitely, a gem out there that, knows her stuff, knows what she's doing. She's been doing it for 20 plus years. Like I said, she was doing this when she was like 15. Because like I said, she was like a kid genius when she was, growing up, and she, this is what she was, a part of. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. And another example, like you were talking about, how companies like a McDonald's or Burger King, now all of a sudden, they have the vegan option. It's like if you want to go if you're trying to invest in healthy companies only, like just because McDonald's now offers this vegan burger, are you really gonna, if you invest in them, you're not really investing in healthy companies, It's like the oil companies. A guy asked about oil and, electric vehicles, on how the oil companies are going to slowly but surely move into electric vehicles. Like, hey guys, we're woke. We know we've been damaging the earth for 100 years was the example that they gave. But we're doing the right thing now, and it's just because it's what's hot. It's just because that's where the money's going. So, just be aware of those things. Like when all the Black Lives Matter riots were going on, all of a sudden now Amazon had their stuff all blacked out, and all this Black Lives Matter, all the support now all of a sudden, because that's where the money was going. So, just be aware, be conscious. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, I think that about.
I do have one thing. I got one little topic I want to just get your opinion on it, or maybe you can just add with that. How do you feel about commodities? I know we kind of touched about that last episode, but how do you feel about that? They kind of explained a little bit more that, in their opinion, that it's not really that much of a safe bet like we all think it is. But like, how do you feel? What do you think about it? What do you think what they said about commodities, and explain what commodities are for our people?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was kind of thinking the same thing because Ian talked about gold and how gold, if you look at the returns for over the past 15 years, he doesn't invest in gold, and that it may not be something as as fruitful. Maybe it has its times. Like right now, gold shooting up, oil shooting up, and you can make money off it in those times. And but yeah, I gotta do a little more research with those. I'm all stocks and crypto honestly right now. So I have been thinking about gold, but I've actually looked up some gold coins and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the last question, just for the people, what are your top 3 stocks stocks or crypto that you're I get what you call it, that you're eyeing right now, that you might that you're dumping in? Are you continuing? Do you have a core 4? Do you have a you're only sticking to the 5 that you have, or do you have a couple new ones from at all that you're running with?
Yeah. So I'll go over it for you. What's up, babe? What's up, Malik? Tell him I said hi. Yeah, so honestly, I'm glad you brought this up too. I'm gonna try and make this quick. So just like Market Mondays, right? For all the stocks and stuff, check out for crypto, right? Check out this guy. His name is BitBoy Crypto, and he's really popular in the crypto world. And what's dope about him is he has a lot of information that's not just him. He uses his platform to bring on a bunch of other guys in the crypto world. And bro, it's dope as hell. He has episodes, right? And his episodes are modeled after ESPN and SportsCenter shows.
That's dope.
They're filthy. So and they're Monday through Friday too. So his first one is like it's like PTI. You remember PTI? Pardon the interruption.
Yep. Okay.
Michael Wilbon, the black dude, and the bald-headed white dude. So his first show in the morning, I think it's like 8 a.m. or something like that. It's like that. It's him. They have all the topics, listed on the side of the screen for crypto. And boom, boom, boom. He's running through them all, talking. He has guests come in. And the other one that's really dope, Around the Horn on SportsCenter. This one's called Around the Blockchain. And it's a different host. And they bring in, like, how on Around the Horn they have like 5-6 different panelists.
Yep.
And they all go through. They give them points for their points. You know what I mean? So it's dope. They all go through and run through stuff like that. And so with that, they've been talking a lot about XRP, which is Ripple. They've been talking about Cardona, however you say it. I've been eyeing both of those. If anybody
Cardona,
knows
what's the ticker? What's the ticker for Cardona?
Cardona is ADA, and Ripple, which is XRP, the ticker is XRP. And with XRP, they're in a lawsuit right now with the SEC, and the SEC is trying to make them a commodity. But the way things are going, it's like such at a standstill that they think XRP is basically gonna win over, and they will be or no, not a commodity. I'm sorry, a security. They're trying to make them a security. And the way that it's going is they think that XRP is basically going to come out on top. But what's crazy is it's hard to buy XRP now. So XRP is like, it's taken off a lot of these exchanges. I went on like 3 different exchanges just before today's episode trying to buy XRP, and I can't find a way to buy it. So I'm definitely going to do some more digging. Solana, I recently purchased some Solana.
What's the ticker?
SOL. What's up, Izan? Yeah. So, Izan, what's your Moss brand, bro? I was trying to think of it. CMOS. You got some CMOS going over there, something like that. Go ahead and put it in the chat for the people to grab onto. Check out Izan's page. He's I haven't talked to him about it, but shit, it sounds like he's the boss of CMOS. If you guys know what CMOS is,
Come on.
Get on your health tip, man. Get healthy. Get the mind, the brain, the body, the soul, all that. But yeah, so those are my cryptos. I still got Microsoft on deck, and I'm not gonna lie, it hit that 270 range, just like we talked about last week. Again, now for the third time. So tomorrow I'm about to be all over it. I might be diving in. Might be all over that.
Again, please, these are his thoughts. Do not follow him. Do your research.
Yeah.
At your own risk. He's just kind of giving y'all some
This
insights.
is just my little playbook.
Yep.
But yeah, check out BitBoy Crypto's page, bro. He got those channels, those 2 shows. They're dope. You'll learn a lot about crypto. And even if you don't, a lot of things I don't understand what they're talking about. But that's okay. That's why I'm on the page. So if you feel like that while you're listening to it for 20 minutes, like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about, that's okay. Just keep listening. Tune in for more episodes. It'll start to sink in.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay, cool.
Man.
I appreciate that. Yep, that was dope.
Yep. Yeah, man. I think that about does it for tonight's episode, huh?
Yep. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like always, hit us up, DM us if you guys got any questions or concerns, or even if you guys are, eyeing a stock or a crypto, let us know. You know what I'm saying? We definitely want to, Square Knowledge is all about, passing that gem off to everyone so we all can eat, man. So definitely let us know what y'all thinking or what y'all eyeing right now in the market or what you see in the market. Obviously, we're just giving y'all the highlights, so we might be missing got some gaps in our information, but just let us know, you know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all tuning in. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Go Hawks, even though
we'll be all right, man. We gonna be all right. Have the long-term vision, man. It's gonna be scary right now for a couple of years, maybe years. Who knows how long, but have the long-term vision. Things will be okay.
Sean
Build
Watson,
your base.
we'll take you.
For real.
Somebody go talk to him. We'll take him for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's Drew Locking.
Appreciate the love, Allie, Terry. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Until next week.
Terry, thank you.
Yep.
All right, Chaz. Don't get beat up.
Log off. Don't get blocked, Chaz. Oh, shit. All right, man. We out.
All right. Hey, appreciate you, my brother.
Peace and love. All right, man. I'll hit you.